to go off of a critique that I had in one of my comments saying that I shouldn't read off of the beginning, and I've been thinking about that for a while, that I shouldn't do it, but since someone brought it up and they want to hear specifically my review, I'm going to be doing that for now. I know what I'm going to do. Whatever drama that I'm starting to do, I'm going to read the synopsis first and get my ideas beforehand, and then after I finish watching the drama, or if I get like upset through like a specific episode and I need to complain about it, I'll record that of my review of that episode or the whole drama together.
1, 2, 3.
Hey guys, it is Rachie and welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be doing a review on the Rebel Princess. The Rebel Princess to me was, honestly, it kind of had parts where it went fast and other parts that was very long, drawn out. I feel like this wasn't Zhang Ziyi's best acting that I've seen her in, because I've seen her in multiple stuff and I feel like she played that role a lot more. I think maybe her starting off so young as a 15-year-old kind of made it weird, because she looked young. She doesn't look like her age. I think she's like 40 something, I believe. And I just didn't, it wasn't like the best acting that I've seen from her. And I wish it was a lot better. I'm gonna bring up the screen just so I could do this. But basically, I know one of the episodes that made me really upset, I wrote it down, was like 42. And it's like how it was like something about her helping, what is her tint? Whatever, I know what character she is. She's her cousin from another place, and she acted in Rui's Royal Love in the Palace, and she was the maid to Zhao Xun's character, and she backstabbed her, and it's kind of the same, but they wouldn't have such a long relationship as Zhao Xun's character. But it's Qing'er. I know she was trying to help her, and I know she got upset at Xiao for it, that he didn't want her to help her, and she was talking about how he's alone and he didn't have a clan, so he's not going to understand why she's helping Qing'er. I'm like, the only reason why he's saying that, I mean, she's saying that is because he wouldn't understand, but he's saying it because it didn't make sense for her to help her, because what benefit really, like, I know she's being nice, and I know she had the flashback of seeing her mother and not wanting her to get married off, and then the mother coming to ask her to help, but it's like the past experience where she slapped her maid and everything. I forget her name. I know she has the same name as me, which is my Chinese name, is Xiao. Whatever her name is, Xiao. I'm going to go to drama list because I know it has it. Because now I not remember all these characters, because I finished it a few weeks ago. So I don't remember, and I started a new drama recently. Xiao. There you go. Why is she so low? I know she was in a longer part than some of these other characters. But whatever. Xiao, I know her slapping her was the reason why them being upset at her. But it's like she caused so much negative energy in their house that, like, it was kind of weird. And I don't know why she just allowed it. Well, she didn't allow it because she checked her and everything, but she didn't do enough. I know the slapping and everything, but her coming back and being arrogant each time, and then it being an uncomfortable situation for Xiao each time, it was just weird. And then her wanting to help her, and it's just like starting from here. That is 42 and 47, so I'm reading off here, but seeing the characters, I remember some stuff that pisses me off also. During the part with the little Qing'er stuff, I'm still mad that they never showed her dance for Xiao, and for Helan Jin, she actually danced for him for Qing'er, but she never danced for her husband, who she's in love with. But it's kind of weird to me, and then kind of weird to me. I know, because she did it for Qing'er just for the situation, but it's just, you think you would do something special, but oh well. And then 47, I was like, why didn't they test the breast milk for the alcohol? I know with the nursing, since my mother had my brother, she refrigerated stuff, so it was from a while ago, but back then they didn't really have too much refrigerate. Well, I don't think they had any at all, except for just a few on ice, but they didn't have anywhere to like fully contain it. So I mean, like, the milk would be fresh, and they could tell if the maid was drunk at the time, and if she drank it, I don't know why they wouldn't do anything more instead of just killing her. I know the emperor wouldn't want to dig further to find out that it's the empress that gave her. Well, the empress didn't. It was the maid that gave her son alcohol, but I don't know why she would trust the maid. Well, she wouldn't think that the maid would do it, but I mean, like, it's messed up. It's just so weird. And then I know in this drama, rape has a lot of stuff to do with it, and it's just very uncomfortable because Monroe, she was raped by the emperor. What is his name? Zilong. She was raped by Zilong, and it was the aunt's plan, the empress. So Anyu would, not Anyu, Anwu would marry him. But like, why would an aunt do that? And it's kind of weird. Just so they could have a empress from their family, another one, even though it's like lineages of empresses, they went the other one. But it's just kind of weird. Like, she supposedly loved her so much, like everyone supposedly loved this girl to death and everything, but it's just weird. And it's like multiple, they even showed where Xiao was drugged, Xiao was drugged and everything, and Qing'er was trying to act like he came on to her and everything. And that's not really a common thing that you see in dramas necessarily. Like, they show the woman getting raped, but they never show a guy with an attempt to rape. And then, it was 2 attempted rapes and 2 rapes. That's what it was. It was Dinar, who was raped, and then Monroe, and then Xiao was attempted, and then Anwu was attempted rape by Helan Jin. And I don't know why they do it so much, but it was kind of weird. And I'm glad burned that paper so Qing'er would go. And of course she came back later on, but her part wasn't that important. It was just like to show that people didn't want her to get married to Helan Jin, and she didn't want to get married to him either unless it was the last result, which was, so she could free people. But where did Helan Jin fall in love with her? From laying in a little, it was a cart basically, where she was kidnapped and he was laying next to her. Like, I understand less and getting horny off for it and everything. Where did love come from in both those situations? Because he didn't really have any interaction with her until, like, when he kidnapped her and him trying to rape her was their first interaction. All that, I don't know where love came from that. Then the second one was when he came for marriage. Not for his marriage, for the other, I think his brother's marriage. And he was trying to be like, oh, I need a princess to marry. And he was using her as an example. And I'm like, I don't know where. Maybe the dance. He was like, I'm in love with her. Or the attitude, even though she's not the only person. I know that would give him attitude and everything. And that's like the commonplace that I have with Chinese dramas, is that just because someone gives you attitude doesn't mean you can fall in love with them. That's not enough. Like, being attracted to someone from their looks, yes. Like, you can fall, like, there's love at first sight, like, yes, there's that. But they never had, like, anything really intimate except for, like, negative interaction. So where did love come from him? I don't understand. And I was like, why do we have to see Helan Jin kidnap her yet again. Like, I know it was Junior's set up, and that's why I didn't watch it for a while. For a good while, I was just pissed off because I seen him back in the picture and her with him. Like, either Xiao died or something else happened where she got something, and of course it was something else in slash that Xiao died. But I mean, like, it was so stupid. And then I don't know why Junior. I know she did it so in a way she wouldn't marry the emperor, but why would you do, like, what you call it? I never did anything bad to her at all. And then before she was married into the castle, she wanted them together specifically so she could be next to him. So I don't know why she wanted her out of the picture all suddenly, where she didn't want her at all. And I understand maybe over a period of time where she just wants to be him and her and not her. But I'm like, where did that shift? Maybe all the betrayals maybe shifted it. But I mean, like, it was weird. And then I know Shu Gugu's death was pointless. Like, I guess maybe it driven her brother away from the father's intention because he was so pissed, but he kind of followed it in a way, except for the rebellion, really, because it was only Huai En. It was only like Huai En that did it. And also, my thing in Huai En, I don't know why he's so obsessed with Wu. Just because she dropped her, he walked into the little wedding thing. I know it's only supposed to be the person that they're married supposed to be walking in there, and he walked in there, and him being like, oh, maybe the moment, and then her taking off her wedding attire and giving it to him to send to Xiao in that moment. But like, I can understand him liking her from the times where they were in war more so, because that's like a dangerous situation, her stepping up instead of being like weak all the time. And like, I can understand that, but they kind of just showed from the moment where he walked into the wedding room. And I don't know why at the last scene he decided that be my empress, like, that was weird. And then Yusho deciding to die in front of him to stop him attacking pissed me off, because I never saw him caring for her in a way until she died, and he was like upset by that. But I mean, like, he was rude to her. I thought during their wedding night he would say An's name, and then Yusho would hate him all of a sudden. But I'm glad that didn't happen, because that was like another cliche that happened in Chinese historical drama, where the person closest to him, like GR, hates him because they're in love with the person that likes the main character. And I'm glad Yusho didn't. And then I know from, it's so many people falling in love with her, and it's kind of annoying, because always, all the time, no matter what, it's always someone falling in love with her. They're always the most liked person, and then they're slash the most hated at the same time. And I don't know how she's able to get away with a lot of stuff. And like, maybe, no, more so not just her, just everyone. Her, I don't remember if it was really told her that the Empress set her up to get raped by her cousin. So I don't think that she knows that. I know that she knows that the Empress tried to kill her husband, and she was still caring for her. And she was caring for her. Well, her father only tried to marry her off. He didn't really try to do anything bad to her, except for when he tried to rebel, and then him not stopping, and then her mom killing herself, and she still cared for her dad, like her. And then when the old emperor, he admitted to setting her up to get kidnapped and everything, and she helped him out of it. I'm like, she honestly, like, she never holds grudges. And it's kind of weird. It's very different than most dramas. And she, like, always goes back to her family no matter what, and sides with them, even though if they're in the wrong and everything. It's just so weird. And then, it's just a lot of stuff happening. And then with her trying to get pregnant with Xiaoqi's kid like multiple times. Not even like towards the end where she does, where Shu Gugu that he was trying to make her not be able to be pregnant, and her kind of running with it, and then her distrusting him was kind of stupid because it really didn't affect anything until later on when found out. Anwu found out that it's birth control, and then Qing'er also using it to say that she couldn't get pregnant, so she'd be mad and agree to marry her into the family, but it doesn't happen. I was like, whatever. Very stupid. Extra crap. There's like not a lot of communication between her and Xiaoqi. Like Xiaoqi had his little, I guess, a prayer room for all his soldiers. He hid that from her for some reason. I don't know why. And he also hid him taking care of one of his brothers, one of his military brothers' family. I don't know why he hid that, because I know they showed the scene of him going to visit them and everything. And they were trying to act like he had a woman on the side, and I was like, that's obviously not true, because he like kisses up to all the time and like takes care of her 24/7. But I mean, like, why didn't he say that he helps out and everything? It's just like, he could have said it, that he's helping it. Like, she wouldn't be upset or anything. I know it's more for a plot, but I never believed that he had a woman on the side, if anything, because he did that big plot of using her, both his love for her and then him using able to be not married to anyone else during, like, when she was coming back from the nunnery. I think it's a nunnery or a Buddhist temple, whatever, I forget whatever it's called. Whenever she comes back from that, and then it's their second marriage because he wasn't there at the time, he kind of, it was a good plot for him, so he could vow his marriage to her and show her that he's willing to give everything up for her, and also not being able to get married and deal with other people. So it's whatever. I'm trying to see what else. There was like one when I know I said that on here 66 or 68 were like a lot. I'm glad they didn't drag out Huai'en's little plot, and I'm glad that Xiaoqi shot him then and there, so we wouldn't have to deal with their monologue. We had their monologue for a little bit. It's not a monologue. We had their interaction for a while, but so it was kind of annoying to see him, and then he killed her dad, and then he wanted her to marry him. Like, what? What person in their mind is like, I'm gonna kill your dad in front of you, and then you're gonna also, you are the this right hand man of my husband, and you betrayed him. You betrayed my father, even though when you guys rebelled together, and then I don't think she knew about Yusho's death there, so that doesn't help. I mean, like, why would he think that she would agree to be his empress all of a sudden? Oh well, because he was caught up in his moment of power, but okay. It was just a lot. A lot happened. Like, I don't know why I know a reason why everyone hated Xiaoqi is because he brought up all the humble people to like the same level, and they gave him hope to not depend on the rich people all the time. Like, it's so many plots against him, and they didn't really do anything. The only thing that they really never really did anything, honestly. And then Anu forgives everyone for it, and then she was like, Xiaoqi changed because he wanted revenge and everything. And it was just weird. But I'm glad. I know I was bawling when I realized, because I thought they were gonna have a whole dramatic scene where they fall out with each other, and I thought when he was leaving that wasn't gonna look back at her, but when they showed him look back and they cut to the scene of them like, let's just play it out to see who's behind everyone that's causing all this mess. That was a good moment, a very good moment, and it messed me up. But it's just so many things, like it's a lot that happens in here, but at the same time it's very slow. I do really love certain scenes, like I love when they first show Awu walking across the mountain with the map, like with the Empress Dowager and everything, and her knowing the place, and then later on her going to, what is the place that Xiao calls? I forget what it's called. That's like their little home place, and she's like, I never thought I'd be in this place, and she's there, and that's like their. We're back now because my video decided to cut down on me and save my phone. My old phone storage was off, but I don't know where it's at. But I know I said, oh, I was talking about the map scene. I just like that they showed her with the Empress Dowager and her going with Xiao to that place after she got kidnapped, and her recuperating there. And then her and Xiao getting close together there by spending time together in multiple ways. And then them later going on to have 50 million children out of nowhere at the end. And then they show her, the first daughter she adopted, walking across the map like her. And then like everyone else, like I thought that was just like a nice little full circle. But then also, one question that I have, because Owl went through a lot of trouble to finally get pregnant and everything, and it's possible for her to die from the pregnancy. I know based off what Xiao said, is that she's going to become a mother. So I'm like, does she die after this? Because they just ended it. So basically she's going to die. She has 50 million kids that she adopted, and they're all not going to have a mother now. Like it said, I hope in some way that she's like, the only reason why I'm thinking that this is her first pregnancy is just what Xiao is saying, that she's going to be a mother now. But I mean, like, all these kids depend upon both of them. It's just a lot. All these, the multiple, it was like 4 adopted, the 2 that Xiao brother had, his military brother had, and then the prince, oh no, it's not there. Because GR is not there because he's gonna rule now, all of a sudden. Because went back on her words because they wanted her to take her out of the palace. GR's not there, but you show those kids there, and then all these other kids that appeared out of nowhere. It's just a lot. And they just don't really say anything about that after that. But I mean, like, I kind of wish this drama didn't drag on a lot of stuff, and then I don't know. There's just a lot of things that I would change. It's like too much rape, and it's a lot. I feel like Awu needs to be less trusting because some of the stuff was like so obvious. Like when GR was asking, when she even asked GR if she had someone in that she was in love with, and she kept asking about whatever his name is. Where is he at? Oh, he might be up there. Why did I say Zidane? I thought it was Zidane. When they show, when they were talking about Zidane, and she kept asking about him. How did she not know that she was in love with him? just almost very gullible, and she's too trusting. I kind of wish she wasn't so trusting because multiple stuff that happened to her, too much stuff that happened to her. But she's so trusting, she's so oblivious to a lot of stuff that's happening behind her back, and she just lets it happen. And then later on, she's very forgiving with everything. I guess it keeps true to her character and not too much character development, really. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Some things almost kind of weird. But I feel like Xiao is my favorite person in this drama. I feel like he is. Just because I like that I think he sees through everyone else except for Anwu. And then they have their like moment of distrust and shit, like, oh, he has someone following me. But then it was the person that was working at the house that told everything when she went to go meet with Helenjin. Like, their relationship, he like gave her everything. And I don't know why there was so much distrust in it also. It was just a lot. But it's a good drama, very stupid moments. A lot of stuff that doesn't make sense. I got pissed off for a while and didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to see Helenjin again, even though he kidnapped her multiple times. But oh well, I mean, like, this drama. But I'm glad they ended up together and they left and they back in their little nice place, not a part of the empire as much, and they're taking care of 50 million kids and everything. I just hope she doesn't die in the end of having this kid. But you should watch the drama. It's good. It's just a lot of things happening. There's too much stuff to even recall, honestly. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
1, 2, 3.